Tell me, why do you like this word, dignity, so much?
Dignity, for me, is a word that expresses the best of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
It expresses a respect for, and it expresses love for each other, for humanity. It is the opposite of abuse, of humiliation, of violation. Of course, dignity is the first word in the first sentence of the first article of the Human Rights Convention, namely, every human being is born equal in dignity and rights.
Mm-hmm.
So before rights, we have the word dignity. And in the beginning, after the adoption of this in 1948,
Mm-hmm.
political rights were emphasized.
Mm-hmm.
Then came cultural, social, economic rights
Uh-huh.
later. And I think now we have, we are living in a time where we can also emphasize dignity and look at dignity. The problem has always been that, political rights are still relatively easy to define, but cultural, economic and social rights are already much more difficult to define, and dignity is even more difficult to define. And equality in dignity is extremely difficult to define.
So is that why it is now a university of dignity, because it's so difficult to define?
No, I think it's that there is a kind of zeitgeist. If we look at what happens just now these days in the Arab world, in Egypt, it's called a dignity revolution. So when people speak about dignity now, it is as if there is something that everybody feels. Even though academics might have problems in defining it, and it's very, how do you implement it? It's so much easier with political rights. But there is, I think there is a worldwide notion of the dignity that is deep embodied in people. Not everybody, but it is the time for it, I think, the historical time for it now.
So what is your dream for this university to become? A global or a world dignity university. What is your dreams for this?
It starts with the thought that if we as humankind want to cooperate, we have global challenges. If we wanted to cooperate, we need to stop humiliating each other, because this doesn't help cooperation. We need to dignify each other. We need to advocate a global culture of dignity. This will be crucial if we as a human family want to survive, have sustainability both socially and ecologically. And what is dignity? For me, the next step, I said it's very difficult to define, and of course I have thought about and implement. I have thought about that for years and years and years. And for me, the quickest answer is unity in diversity and subsidiarity. This is the way to realize dignity. If we think of unity in diversity, then we have historical experiences with uniformity.
You're thinking of communism?
Communism, for example. And we have also an experience with desolidarization, that everybody is against everybody in an extreme individualistic capitalist context.
So that's like the opposites.
The opposites. And to me, I think the solution is, and we're discussing this dignitism instead of communism or capitalism. This means unity in diversity. This means the unity is equality in dignity, respect for equality and dignity for all. This is the unity. And then we need diversity. We need expressions from every corner of the world that helps manifest this dignity through diversity. And subsidiarity is a kind of principle that can help organize this. The European Union is organized according to this principle. So for me, I have a personal reply. I would say dignity is manifested through unity in diversity And the way to really implement is to use the subsidiarity principle. And the World Dignity University, or whatever name it might have in the future, will or has as aim to bring this culture of unity in diversity, of dignity, of equality in dignity, respect for equality and dignity, to advocate it, to bring it into the world.
Mm-hmm. So do you want to link this network or this university towards all other universities in the whole world, or?
We would like to be multi-local and global. Exactly as you said. Everybody who has an interest in the notion of dignity, equality in dignity, and unity in diversity, everybody, a professor at any university in this world, or also a department at any university in the world, or school, or anybody, also practitioners who are out in the field, whoever is interested, we would like to invite into this World Dignity University. And the first thing we would ask is, what do you want this university to be, and what do you think you can or you would like to contribute with? Mm-hmm. This is the diversity. Unity is the notion of equality and dignity, and then comes everybody bringing their diverse approach. Like I spoke with somebody who is researching obesity, and she says, I would like to contribute with something about the image of the body and dignity. And another said, I would like to contribute with something about the link between dehumanization and humiliation. Another said, I'm interested in doing something about the etymology of the word dignity, the term dignity. So there are, when I go around and I speak with people, everybody has something, this is something I would like to contribute with. So the idea is that this university will grow. It will be a growth process. We need to make the platform ready so that everybody can be invited and then can use this platform. And of course, at some point we need to crystallize certain, like if a student in Africa clicks on our website and wants to make write a PhD in dignity, we need then to crystallize it more. The idea is multi-local and synergy through global synergy. Mm-hmm.
And now a little bit of the personal stuff. How did you get interested in dignity?
This is, of course, the story of my life, of my background, my family background. I'm coming from a family that has been displaced from Central Europe. I'm born into trauma, the trauma of war and displacement. This is where I'm from. If you ask me where are you from, I'm from war and displacement. And I have lived as a global citizen as if I have always continued the displacement until I reached the limits of our globe and I became a global citizen and have adopted our planet and as my home and the human family as my family. And then I look at this family and I think, okay, what do we need as a human family to survive, to build a dignified future, a sustainable future for our children? What would we need? And then the answer that came over many, many years, decades, dignity, equality and dignity is central. And from there I also came to Norway, because Norway has likeverd, equality and dignity, as a cultural treasure, as a cultural tradition, which is very unique. I have never seen it in this way anywhere in the world. And I know that many people say, but Norway is not a paradise either, of course. But still, to me, Norway has a resource. And I would like to ask the world, look, learn a bit here. Come, here's something we need to...
Look to Norway.
Look to Norway. And also I go to Norway and I say, look, you have something here. It's also a responsibility connected to that. This is very, very important for the survival of our human family.
Thank you, Evelin. Is there anything you would like to add?
Oh, I could speak about, many days and weeks. I could explain, and of course there are myriad, comments or explanations or reflections. I would like to.
We have many years.
Yes.
To work and see what.
I think I would like to end by really looking at the person who might now watch this video clip, and I would really like to communicate to you that I respect you. I deeply feel that you are a human being that deserves dignity, that also deserves dignified and dignifying circumstances of life. I have a deep sense of love for our human family, and you are included. And I come from a position of humility, non-arrogance, of, inviting everybody to join hands. I'm not somebody who wants to dictate something. I want to invite you. Please feel invited. Thank you.